Hello.
G'day.
Okay, so this is Harry Potter 2 for PC. Time will start when I skip this cutscene. So 3, 2, 1, go. So everyone might know this game as the game of their childhood. Well, I'm about to break that. So I'm about to do a trick called brightness boosting. So I don't have to go up those stairs. So we're about to do another big brightness boost.
I bet I can pass Pendo on that luggage. Push it to that leg.
So now I'm out of bounds. So normally you'd have to go save Ron, but we're just going to go to the end.
This game's not broken, Jimmy.
Not at all. So now we just go into the door trigger, and we're in Hogwarts now. There's Ron, poorly modelled Ron.
At least it's not PS1 Ron.
PS1 Ron is awful. So this is just optimal movement, and we're inside. So a lot of this game is just following Ron around, or just anyone who wants to lead you.
Just so you're all aware, our runner today is jymmyboi. I'm Darmsy. I met jymmyboi yesterday. These things happen.
Okay, so we're going to do another brightness boost coming up here, which takes us to Gilderoy Lockhart. Probably one of the worst defense against our dark arts teachers. And we're up here now. So we just skipped the entire staircase. So now we come up to the DDR bits, which just involves me clicking a bunch of arrows.
Clear your mind completely, Harry. Don't even think about it. And concentrate.
This is the worst part about this game, because every time it's 2 minutes.
Yeah, and if you get something called a fake input, where the game thinks you clicked a button but you didn't, it then fails and you have to go around another cycle.
You must hit all of the arrows correctly in order to progress to the next round. Ready to try? Round 1, begin.
See how fun this game is?
It would be much more interesting if you had a DDR map.
I almost did.
Well done, Harry. You've advanced to the next round. 5 points to Gryffindor. Round
We got
2,
5 points, guys.
begin. Well done, Harry. You've advanced to the next round. 10 points to Gryffindor. Round 3, begin.
And the arrows never change, yes?
Fabulous.
Like they're the
No.
same every time you play?
Yeah, they're the same every time.
Learned from the likes of me. You've now completed the exercise.
So now we go on to going
15
through
points to Gryffindor.
learning the spell.
I get used to seeing that hourglass too.
Yeah, there's around 7 minutes of that hourglass in the run. So what I'm doing there is called pause casting. So it's like animation cancelling, if you guys know what that is. So if I pause, I can actually do another spell straight away.
So yeah, normally the game has a buffer that you can only cast every so many frames, but pausing it allows you to bypass that.
Pretty much, yeah. So the two things you'll see me do most is brightness boosting and pause casting. So I'm going to take a save here because there's a small soft lock coming up that could happen. So we have to put these crabs in on the pressure plates, and sometimes they like to go down beside them.
Because good coding.
There we go. So we didn't get soft locked. Another small brightness boost here. So I believe Flipendo isn't actually in the books, it's just made for the games.
If your childhood didn't have Flipendo in it at least 1,000 times, there was something wrong.
Because I think Flipendo was in the first 3 games.
Yeah.
So here's another like jump to brightness boost, if I can make it. No. So Harry's screaming, you hear a lot in this game. Just any sort of fall, he'll most likely scream. This time I'm just going to make a quick save and invalidate my run. And we're out.
You can clap for that.
I did it, guys. One of the easiest tricks in the game. So coming up here is a trigger that instead of grabbing the star, we grab the trigger, and it means we, in the game, means we didn't actually do this. So that manipulates RNG. So in the old route, there was 8 different RNGs that you could get with these house points, whether it's good or bad. We got good RNG. It just means how long you spend in the bean bonus room. So with the new route, there's only 2 options. It's either between 5 and 10 or below 5, and we got below 5, which means we only spent 5 seconds in the room, and that's obviously optimal. So now we're coming up to an auto scroller. It's just sit there and wait till Harry comes in contact with the snitch.
All right then. You can use your arrow keys to steer your broom left, right,
Do you have any
up,
donations
down.
or?
You're automatically closing your
Not yet,
storage.
but thanks for asking. Might as well plug it while we can.
By
We're Oz Speedruns, a group doing speedrun events to raise money for charity. This event we're raising money for Child's Play, a charity dedicated to improving lives of children in hospitals through the power of play. If you'd like to donate, you can either go to donate.ozspeedruns.com, or for those of you lovely people in the audience, we have a donation tin at the desk as well.
George.
So now with this one, we've got another seeker. We just have to wait until about halfway through, and then we just boot her out of the way.
Will not put your hand out till the enemy seeker is out of the way. That's it.
And now we can
Stay
grab
right
the
on
snitch.
Almost got him.
The Quidditch was a lot more fun in Harry Potter 1. So we're coming up on the first big soft lock of the game. So once I do the potion, if I don't wait for Snapes to start talking, I then soft lock the game and I'm constantly in the potion making animation. So I have to wait.
Now, walk
Now
up
we
to
can
the
go up. So hopefully we don't actually have to use that potion in the run, but stranger things. This game has auto potions, so if you get below a threshold of health, it'll automatically take the potion. Just a little bit of swag strats for you. So we're up to another DDR portion. So this is
Try not
Scourge.
to focus on all this Chamber of Secrets, Balderdash. Concentrate on the
How you
symbol
going,
in front
Dams?
of you.
Loving
The
life,
wand
mate. How
is
are
about
you?
to move
Yeah,
its
not
way
too bad.
around the symbol. Exact point when the wand
Ready to
passes over
dance
the
your way
arrows,
through this?
You'll need to hit the
I
corresponding
wish.
arrow key. This exercise has 3 levels. In each level, you must successfully hit
So they
all of the
completely
arrows in
explain
sequence.
everything
Ready to
every time
try?
you go into class.
Round 1.
Just in case you forgot.
I guess they weren't accounting for someone to complete the game in 40 minutes.
Donation incentive to do it blindfolded.
No. If there was like music to it, I might,
Well
but
done, Harry.
I can't
You've
because
advanced to the
like,
next
it's just
level of the list.
I just
5
don't have an
points to
internal rhythm
Gryffindor.
like that.
2. Go.
So if you guys can see up in the corner, it says around 60 FPS here. So it actually has to be capped because
Well done,
when
Harry.
these
You've
games were
advanced to the
made,
next
they
level
tied
of
the
the lesson.
physics to the
10
frame
points
rate.
to
So if I
Gryffindor.
uncapped it,
Round
I'd
3,
constantly be going
go.
fast and then slow.
Yeah, before he capped it, I think it was running at 1,000 FPS.
Yeah. So it would have been an extreme speed run, but I wouldn't have any clue what was going on.
Well done.
So we're going up
You've
to a wall walk.
completed all the
So
necessary
there's going to be a
exercises.
pixel line that I'm going to jump
15
onto
points to
and
Gryffindor.
just walk along the pixel line and pretty much skip the entirety of Scourge. So there's a little bit of a setup.
Yeah, this blew my mind the first time I saw it.
It's
such a
pretty
good skip.
precise. And there we go. So
You
then
can
we
clap
just
for that
fall.
too.
We just fall into the star, and that's Scourge done. So I think we go to the bean bonus room here. And because we have a lower score than Slytherin, we don't actually have to go to the bean bonus room. Okay, so we're about to do Bicorn. So if you guys have seen the movie, the guys brew a polyjuice potion, and this is just us grabbing the ingredients. So we just saved a bit of time there. We should get a pretty good cycle with the snails coming up. Yeah, it's not a too bad cycle. didn't put it in. You optimally want to put that in while standing here, but unfortunately I didn't. Like that. This game is a lot of optimized movements like that. So we're going to do another wall walk coming up here. I'm probably going to safety save again, just in case I miss it. And I got it. So you just skip the maze there. Another optimized movement. I can just jump over that straight away. So we just jump on a pixel there, and then we just walk around here, and then... So right there, you want to jump on... Thank you. You want to jump on, like, the last pixel.
I like how you got the hard bit.
Yeah. There we go. Thank you. Another big brightness boost here.
So does the community actually know why brightness boosting works?
I think they do, but not fully. I can't explain it. I just know that it works, and there's a lot of like debate in the community about whether it's a glitch or an exploit, or whether we should do it or not do it.
Get it? It works because witchcraft. Hey.
Yes, it's just magic.
I'm in the potions classroom. Better keep an eye out for Snape.
Hi, would you consider a trade?
So you're going to hear a lot of people ask us to trade, but we don't do it in the run, unfortunately. Considering they badger you about it the whole time. Ron just doing 360s.
Here's the
So we're dueling Malfoy now.
Day, Potter.
So there is a setup here where you can get quick cycles on him like that. Well done.
That didn't happen in practice.
But if you do miss that quick kill, it can be a bit of a trolley fight.
I'm not completely consistent with that, so that's made me really happy. So now we're off to another DDR potion, where we learn Defendo from Professor Sprout. And then that is our first of the Quidditch warps. So in this game, if you do a certain combination in the pause menu, you can actually jump straight to Quidditch games. And that's what we do to skip a lot of these missions. There is a new category called Warpless, which I'm looking to run soon. But for now, we're using Quidditch warps.
So DDR time means donation time?
In 3 parts. In each part, you must be accurate in order to progress. Ready to try? Round 1, go.
About that. But if anyone would like to make a donation, we do have a donation tin at the front, or if you're tuning in with us via Twitch, we do have donate.ozspeedruns.com.
Well done, Harry. You've moved on to the next level of the lesson. 5 points to Gryffindor.
So is there any incentives coming up that need to be met?
Go.
Then in fact we do. Coming up in about 2.5 hours time, we actually have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We've got a bit war between Nitro tracks and the bonus tracks, both sitting at 0 at the moment. So if anyone wants to chip in and throw it either side, it's still miles open, anyone's game.
Definitely jump in and snipe that.
There is a can down here to put money in.
Well done. You've
Should I
completed
jinx it?
all of the exercises in top
Are you
form.
jinxing?
No fake inputs yet?
Or no, the next two aren't too bad. Oh, the next one. So we can just jump straight to Quidditch
It's a great
instead of, you know, learning the spell.
glint of gold. Is that the snitch?
So my aim here is to take as much damage as possible to end this quickly, but I didn't get a good cycle, so I'm just going to let Malfoy grab the snitch, because it just is quicker. Because in this game, Malfoy doesn't like to hit Harry much. Oh no, we lost.
Ooh.
How could I do that?
Slytherin is triumphant.
Are you even good at this game, Jimmy?
I don't think so.
Saying so long until next time.
I wish. I was going to put in for Quidditch World Cup.
Oh, you should have.
Ah, it's an awful speedrun. So boring.
Hey, Harry, want to trade? We buy in bulk and pass the savings.
So you're
on to
saying
you.
earlier, normally when you play this game, you cap it at either 60 or 120 FPS. Can you go into a bit of detail on why you cap it at 60?
Well, 60 is a lot more stable, and the 120 FPS, it used to be the main category because there are a lot of cool tricks you could do, but people just found 60 is better. There's just more content with the game. So this brightness boost wasn't working for me the other day, but I think that was because I was on a Lenovo school laptop. And it worked.
Yes, clap for that.
And now we just... See, this ledge can't actually be grabbed, so we have to sort of glitch our way up like that. I hear a hum. And now we've got that. So coming up after this bean bonus room bit is the biggest skip of the game. Saves roughly around 2.5 minutes. So I'm gonna quick save it just in case I miss it. I tried to explain it to you how it works.
Yeah. So all you're doing is using Harry's momentum and the upward trajectory of the staircase to boost jump around the loading zone trigger, so you completely bypass it. So
yeah.
Normally in a run it is a once-off trick. If you miss it, it's sort of resetty spaghetti, but we will take the safety strat and save beforehand.
Yeah, because you're not allowed to actually do that in a normal speed run. I knew I wouldn't hit it.
So it's close.
I don't know how I've missed.
Because you didn't grab the edge.
I'm sorry.
As long as you're doing it in under 2.5 minutes, you're in the gold.
So that's what happens. So the actual cutscene extends out around the handrail. So I keep hitting it. Choking. I remember I said I was 98% consistent at this.
Yeah, I do remember that, yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
There we go. We made it.
We in there, boys.
I'd like to thank the man up there. I remember once I did that in a run, and I realized I didn't go to the bean bonus room, so there was no cutscene trigger there and at all. Here we go. Back to the gameplay, sorry. So now we have to stalk Goyle, but we're actually not going to do it. We're going to go to Quidditch instead. So we're up against Hufflepuff. Hufflepuff Pride, by the way. Man, Harry is really bad at Quidditch.
He's shocking. He's no Victor Crumb, that's for
No,
sure.
he's no Victor Crumb. There's nobody like Crumb.
It's like a bird the way he flies.
Oh no, we fell off our broom.
Oh. Is this where we start singing?
Hey, Harry.
Victor, I
want
love
to trade?
you.
We buy in bulk and pass the savings on to you.
I think I'm due a rewatch of those movies. So now we're about to become Goyle and then sneak into the Slytherin common room. And it's unfortunate you can't really hear the audio. There's the best bit of voice acting I've ever heard. I will try and emulate it, but it's nowhere no close.
Donation incentive for emulation. Someone drop a 50 right now.
I made the joke that I was going to fan dub this entire game in Japanese.
$100 donation incentive.
It'd be even better if I could speak Japanese.
That sounds like a you issue at this point.
So now we're Goyle. Well, we're Harry being Goyle. Okay, so I'm going to try and go for a swag strat that I don't get damaged. Nah, I got the damage. That's fun. I can get chocolate frogs later. So, anyone who knows Harry Potter, the Slytherin common room is in the dungeons. Try not to walk into walls.
Bonks are great.
Okay, so this is sort of what... So this is unskippable.
Pure blood.
So it's like pure blood. It's like, oh, so that's the password. I bet I can use that to get in the Slytherin common room.
Yes.
And that's what Goyle sounds like. The most low-effort voice acting I've ever heard. So
And
Quidditch
we
warp
didn't
time.
know that the Quidditch pit was in the basement as well.
Yeah, I can just jump straight from the dungeons to the Quidditch pit. Harry can do it all.
It'd be better if you were still Goyle on the broom.
Yeah. So these guys like being pushy and shovey. Oh, I've fallen off again.
Oh.
Silly Harry.
Hey, Harry. Want to trade? We buy in bulk and pass the savings on to you.
Friend George there. Sounding a bit dark webby. We buy in bulk and pass the savings on to you. So now we're back off to Gilderoy Lockhart's to learn the last spell of the game, Spongify, which is actually that spell right there.
So if you do want your donation read, feel free to donate now because the last DDR section's coming up.
And DDR time. Over to you.
Concentrate on the symbol before you. Don't let my good
We have had a $7.40 donation from Anonymous. No message, but we appreciate it. Thank you.
When the wand is positioned perfectly over the arrow, press
We
And aside
appreciate
from
you.
that, the donation incentive for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is still open between the Nitro and the bonus tracks. So it's still either way, get those donos in because it'll be ending soon.
Round 1, begin.
I feel sorry for anyone that watches my stream when I'm doing DDR because I'm just like gamer facing. So,
It's looking hella tired.
oh man. Because at that point I've done DDR approximately 20
Well
times
done,
that
Harry. You've
stream.
advanced to the next round. 5 points to Gryffindor. Round 2, begin.
So one of the cool, I guess, I don't know what the word is. One of the cool things about Spongify is that if you hit a Spongify
10 points to
pad, you actually don't take damage when you hit the ground. And we use that later on when we're in the chamber.
But how good is PAX this year? There are so many people here. We're in a new spot here with our speedruns. There's plenty of people walking past and checking out the speedrun, so it's a great atmosphere here. So if you are a local around Melbourne and you're not sure about whether or not you're going to come down, definitely see if you can get a ticket and come on down and join us.
Okay, so we're learning Spongify now.
SpongeBob. SpongeBob.
So now we're going to try and get a ledge grab here and then brightness boost all the way up. And now if I get out of the wall, I'm at the end.
Yay!
So now we find out that, we go to the bean bonus room and then we find out that Hermione has been petrified and we go and visit her. And then we decide it's the last straw and we're going to go into this chamber.
Mind if I interrupt with a quick dono?
Yeah, not a problem.
So from Anonymous, $7.40 with a message. Do you want to trade, Harry?
Oh,
No, this is my Blue Eyes White Dragon.
the amount of people asking if you want to trade in this game, especially after you've just found out that your best friend is basically in a coma, it's a bit, insensitive. We don't care about your best friend. Give us Birdie Bot's every flavored beans.
Oh, those beans are good, though.
Yeah. Have you had the real ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
You reckon I got this big by not having them?
So now we meet Tom Riddle, but haha, surprise, I'm going to Quidditch again. Maybe the fourth time will be better and we might win.
How have you not said he has 99 problems but a snitch ate one?
Because you said it.
Thank you.
Oh no, I fell off.
Oh.
If you haven't gotten the joke yet, I mean to do that.
Nice cover up, man. You're
What's
just
the
bad.
trade? We buy in bulk and pass
Correct.
the savings on to you.
Does spamming your mouse button actually make you move faster? Or
No,
is it
I just
speedrun
think it looks
tactics?
cool.
Yeah, cool.
I forgot you just warp into the common room there. It does in the air though. If I do it in the air, I move 5 units faster because for some reason the devs made jumping 5 units slower than walking.
Anyone else getting really distracted by the Britney Spears over there?
Yeah, I'm actually right now. It's my jam.
It's everyone's jam.
Okay, so we're going to go fight Aragog. Everyone block your ears when the fight goes on. Aragog gets pretty loud. And we don't know why.
Rip headphone users.
Yeah, pretty much. Peeves also does, but we don't encounter him in the any % speedrun.
So just a heads up to tech that you're not blowing the speakers up.
So we're just on the way into the forest. Shot myself in the foot by defending that branch. Oh, jump scare. There's a spider. See, we just took no damage because we jumped on a Spongify pad.
Even though you went like 4 drops further than what you needed to. Just a coding bug that you sort of take advantage of.
Yeah. Now we avoid the children. So coming up is Aragog, so it's a lot of pause casting, but I'm not very good at it, so...
Item.
So it's just knowing the cycles of Aragog.
And ignoring his deafening screams.
Aragog is a real creature. Ah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it feels like I'm busking again. I will speedrun for money.
Dance monkey.
Oh, thought I killed the spider. There we go. So that's the second to last boss fight done. So now we visit Hermione, and then this is the last straw. We are going to face Tom Riddle, and we're going to take back our girlfriend in a couple movies. Spoiler alert for those who haven't seen Harry Potter. Also, spoiler alert, the chamber was in the toilets. The whole time.
So many spoilers, man.
If you haven't seen the movie at this point, go watch it. It's amazing.
I think more so if you haven't seen this movie yet, what are you doing with your life?
Chamber of Secrets is probably my favorite movie, though.
And I'm all about Order of the Phoenix.
That's a good choice.
So is that why you picked this as your speed game, just because you like this one the best? Or?
Yeah. Well, like, I looked into 3 as well, but... Oh, hang on. I've just massively balls that up. Let's try that again. I completely forgot how movement works. But yeah, no, 2 is probably my favorite movie out of all of them, and I don't know if that's why I chose this game.
But it definitely helped.
Yeah, it definitely helped. Liking the movie is definitely a good way of starting with a speed game. I was thinking about picking up Chicken Little as a speed game.
I mean, that's just the way with speedrunning, though. You can just pick up any game. There's bound to be a community for it. Like Untitled Goose Game came out, and then 3 days later, people were speedrunning it. It's just you pick up a game, any game, if you like it, you can speedrun it. There'll be a community, you can join in. And we're all pretty friendly people.
I remember I watched a quote-unquote speedrun of the new Spider-Man game like a day after it came out. Yep, and that's why. So this jump is a bit finicky with the pixies.
So is it their hitboxes that are stopping you from being able to boost there?
Pretty much, yeah. There we go. That should be the one. There we go.
Nice.
So yeah, this game has a bunch of fun glitches. So if you want to pick it up, there's a huge Harry Potter speedrunning community. If you want to pick up any of the games. Even if you want to do an Octafecta, which is 20 hours long.
I don't play this game, but seeing this run makes me want to do this run.
There's a lot of funny little things with this game. Like it runs in, you have to run it in 5:4 aspect ratio for brightness boosting to work properly.
Which someone actually did quite a good job on the overlay for 5:4.
Yeah, shout outs. Okay, I'm gonna safety strat here because otherwise I'm just going to pull out all my hair. So normally there's a pixel walk there, but I'm not consistent at it. So now we have Indiana Jones running away from the huge, massive ball. Oh, I remember that in the movie. Do you guys remember that in the movie?
See, little did anyone know Harry Potter was actually Indiana Jones.
This whole time.
Things you learn.
We need to do that in more movies, I think. Running away from boulders. Horrifying.
Oh, and a classic.
So we're coming up on the last boss fight soon. So behind that door is the Chamber of Secrets.
So before the final boss fight, perhaps we have time for any donos if there's any?
That we do. We recently just had a $37 donation from Shrog. Thanks for that. But aside from that, nothing else. If anyone would like to donate, we do have a tin at the front of the desk here. Or you can also go to donate.ozspeedruns.com.
Hell yeah. So this is the last boss fight, but the time actually doesn't stop after the end of this. So
the reason for that is much like a lot of speed games, it's always up to the last input, and you actually have to walk through the Great Hall after this boss fight. So we have to sit a little longer, and you don't get hyped after killing the final boss because you've got to walk 8 steps.
Just missed the first cycle. So I actually can't kill the basilisk if he's here. It has to actually come out of this hole here, weirdly enough.
It's a weird coding bug because the cutscene is triggered from that hole. You can't actually kill him any earlier.
So time's coming up. Just got to walk to the Great Hall. So time comes up in 3, 2, 1, time.
Attention, please.
Nice, man.
Students,
Thank you, everyone.
attention. The hit
Shout outs to the Harry Potter speedrunning community. I know you guys are watching.
Silence.
And I'll
Isn't too late
see you guys
to
later.
lose house points, you know.
This House Cup